of all the places you want to lay, you lay there. Why? He's laying on an envelope. Hi guys, so about a month ago I installed some leather seats inside my Lupo, and the front seats are actually heated seats, but I never had them wired up to the car. So ever since then I've been on the hunt for a wiring loom and some switches, and I've finally got my hands on them, so I'm going to show you guys how to install them in the car. So here's the wiring loom. I'll quickly go through which wire does what. Well, to be honest, they are actually labelled in German, so I'll have to get it translated online. But basically, these smaller plugs go into the heated seats themselves. These larger plugs go into the switches. And you have an earth or a ground cable, there's a ignition or a switch live cable, a permanent live cable, and also there's a cable for the lighting to light up these switches. Also I had to go out and buy a tap-in fuse connector just in case I needed it. So yeah, wish me luck in fitting this. So the front seats have been taken out of the car. If you don't know how to take these seats out, I do have a video on that. So inside the car I have the wiring loom all mapped out where I'm going to be putting the wires. I do actually have to take the interior trim out from the centre console and underneath the driver's side steering wheel there, just so I can get behind the fuse box that's right there. Right, okay, so I've made a bit of a mess here, but that's because I had to take everything apart so I can run the wires, well, hide them underneath the carpet and behind the dash. So basically I had to take apart the centre console, because in this hole here there is a split in the carpet where you can run the wires underneath the carpet, along here and then out the hole. Same again on the other side, underneath the carpet, along here and out this hole. And then the rest of the wires are ran all the way along here to the back of the heating switches, and also all the way underneath the steering column towards the fuse box. So the wires that are going behind these heating controls here, I've basically tapped into the rear heated screen switch, and what I've done is I've used the ignition wire in this blue wire here, and the light switch wire in it's a blue and grey colour wire in the VW. Basically that light wire is to light up the switch when you turn your lights on. And then the other two wires, the ground and the permanent live, I've ran behind the steering column. You see these two white wires back here? Behind the steering column, one of them comes out alongside the steering column and it's grounded here. And the other one is going to my fuse box. Now I've had to use this tap-in fuse connector, or is it called a piggyback fuse connector? I'm unsure. But anyway, I had to use that because I couldn't get behind my fuse box. So I could hook up this empty slot here for the heated seats. So I've had to use this instead. So hopefully this will all work. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to leave my seats and not have heated seats, because this took me ages just to even route these wires through here, because of the fact that I had to remove the centre console, remove the bottom of the dash and the steering column. It was an absolute nightmare. So wish me luck, and hopefully it will all work. Okay, so I've just brought a seat into the car, plugged it in, turned one of these switches, heated switches on, just because I don't know if I've got these switches on the right side. So I've turned one on to see if it heats up one seat, and if it doesn't, then I can swap the plugs around behind it, which is why I've not installed it all back in the dash properly. I've tested the lights, so when I turn the light on they light up. So yeah, at least that's working. So hopefully this seat will heat up, which I think it is actually. Oh yes, yes. Oh yes, that one works. So now I'm going to get the driver's side in and plugged in and see if that one works, and then I'm going to put everything back together. That's all for now, guys. My seats are now fully wired up and working. So if I switch the lights on, the lights on the switches will turn on, and if I switch them off, they will turn off. So all of the seat is fully heated, the back, even the bolsters and the sides and the bottom. So yeah, I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. But until then, drive safe and stay safe. Bye.